Hello everyone, my name is Ilya. I decided to devote today's video to the problem of so-called superbots. Recently in mobile you can increasingly see bots that behave exactly the same as normal players. They jump, revive teammates and even drive cars. Today we will look at such cases, analyze them and most importantly try to understand what happened to the bots and why they became smarter. In short, it will be interesting. And let's agree with you that firstly you will like the video and secondly write in the comments whether you have encountered such bots in the game. And if you have, tell us how the superbots behaved. Well, let's start the video. Well, I think we should start with the question, what are bots for? As the developers themselves stated, they were added to make it easier for new players to understand the game. Like you run around, kill bots and slowly gets involved in the game. And as your rank begins to rise, there are fewer bots and you already such a champion ready to curl. Which of course is not entirely true. And so let's say the first version of bots were completely stupid, which caused a whole bunch of jokes among the players.
So since you stopped playing, PUBG have introduced bots and they are...
Shit, they're really shit.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Well, check this out. You see that guy just shot at us? That's a bot.
How can you be sure that he's a bot though?
Watch this.
And it was easy to distinguish a bot from a real player by the following signs. They behaved illogically, did not jump, did not loot, did not shoot in bursts, did not throw grenades and of course did not drive cars or revival teammates. And they didn't react to external factors at all, they didn't care about blue zones and airdrops. So forget it. Of course the old bots are still in the game, but apparently they are being replaced by the new superbots. I've already encountered them a couple of times. For example, a bot found me on the roof of a gas station, and after much thought about how to get rid of me, it took it and threw a grenade at me. And from his further behavior, it is clear that this is definitely not a real player. This new generation of bots can do almost everything the same as a regular player. For example, now there are entire squads of 4 bots that successfully push enemies. In case of injury, they rise each other, use smoke and shoot at the player, causing quite significant damage. Moreover, if earlier the bots simply stood in the middle of the field, now they hide behind covers and even peek at you. The video is a good example of such bots, and it was they who threw the smoke. By the way, yes, due to their high damage and talent, they spawn in unexpected places. Bots can now really take you by surprise and kill you, especially if you like to run with little HP. And if before the bot ran up close to you, now distance is not a hindrance for it. And on the internet you can constantly find posts like this. And here is another striking example. The guy runs not far from quarry and hears shooting. He leans out to see what's there and immediately gets shot by the enemy. Having bandaged himself, the dude returns to the enemies again and shoots at them. Notice how effectively they hide behind an obstacle. Then he decides to push them, and upon close contact it becomes clear that these guys are not guys, but the same superbots. After all, they leave you some chance to kill them. By the way, the second bot killed the after completely through the wall. Such a cherry on the cake. And now about transport. Here is an episode where bots drive up to the tower in 2 cars at once. The after begins to shoot at them and even knocks down one guy. But here again a small stupid person gives them away. They land in the middle of the grass, and when the first teammate is knocked down, they do not try to hide behind some kind of cover, but simply sit waiting for the player to pick them. I think ordinary players definitely wouldn't be so stupid, especially at high ranks. Or here is another episode. A car with 2 enemies drives up to the dude, one of whom is deliberately turned on the outer and wounds him with a fierce attack. After all, the game is essentially a bot, and of course the game, and accordingly the bot clearly knows where you stand. Well, then the dude, as befits bots, stupidly pushed the outer and dead. By the way, judging by the context, the bots were going for an airdrop for a reason. And more than once I have seen information that the new superbots are not indifferent to the red box. For example, a drop came to loot a squad of bots, having previously sprayed smoke there. Here is another bot, which the author spectate after the kill, also runs to the drop, throws smoke and takes something from the box. So apparently in addition to players, bots are now also hunting after the airdrop. Moreover, many of them throwing smoke. And since bot can now jump, there are cases when they dodge being hit by vehicles. And in this case, the bot also kills the auto while jumping. And here's another important nuance. How could you previously distinguish a bot from a real person besides behavior? Firstly, if the bot killed you, then you could not spectate him. And when you push this button, you were simply thrown at a random enemy from the other end of the map. And secondly, if you remembered the nickname and entered the nickname of the bot in search of friends, it would not be there, because the nicknames were random and such accounts did not exist. So, forgot that too. Now you can safely spectate the bot after death, but there is still a nuance or life hack here. In the card with the information about the player, everything will be zeros. Now this is exactly how you can find out whether the bot killed you or not. And yes, as I understand now, the game doesn't just create random nicknames. It takes a real account and simulates the game in the guise of a bot. After all the nicknames of such superbots can easily found by searching. And there is a different flags, different ranks, avatars, in short you can see the profiles are real. Here, for example, there is a whole squad that pushed the author and was able to kill him. If you spectate them, then the first of people run to revival their teammates. And this is another feature of the superbots. And secondly, the entire squad has all the statistics at zero. Just beginner talented players decided to get into PUBG in the evening. In general, there are more and more such cases when players and even streamers come across super powerful bots. And at the same time, the strangest thing is that ordinary stupid bots are also in-game. Well, let's summarize this phenomenon and draw some conclusions. Why did the bots become smarter? In fact, the paradox here is that the bots are rather the opposite, become a little less stupid. You see, a bot is not some kind of AI that recognizes itself in the PUBG space, self-learns and simulates a real player. This is a code that dictates to the model what and how to do, like if a player comes closer than 100 meters to me, I will kill him. And since the bot is a game, it can easily kill you instantly. So the developer's task, on the contrary, is to try to dump down the bots so that it simulates a real human game. As we see at beginning, the developers went too far and added two stupid bots. Apparently, over time they realized that this mostly only bothers the players. For example, you kill 3-4 bots with the potato IQ and are already running around relaxed, waiting for the 5th. And then bam, and a real player who catches you making a mistake and immediately knocks you down. This is precisely why the developers are now experimenting and apparently testing out the optimal settings for bots, so that they can fight back and keep you tense, but at the same time not too much. It's important to say here that absolutely all of these are my thoughts, inventions if you like, and we don't have official information with an explanation from the developers, so we can only build theories. Therefore, if I am wrong about something, please correct me in the comments, I will be happy to give you a heart. And I would like to summarize today's video with this thought. Now it turns out that when you are called a bot or you call someone that, it is no longer an insult but a real compliment, given the skill of the new bots. Write in the comments how you like the new generation of bots. Are you satisfied with the hard skill or harmless bots better? I will wait for your answers. Subscribe to the channel and click like below the video. Bye and have a nice day.